We want to be able to do chatbots which are specialized and have access to our own private information. Because you probably know that Chat GPT is not really good with math. Yeah.
I really like this example because with the verbose output from LangChain, it really looks like your agent has intelligence. We're not going to talk about a super secret, you know. I think you have another passion, which is music.
Yeah. Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so with agents, I think you have a demonstration.
Yeah, unfortunately, I also have the, the computer to show you. Okay, so yeah, so basically there is this library which is called LangChain, and so it was created I think last year, but got really popular when Chat GPT came out. And what they tried to do is create those bricks that you can assemble to extend the capabilities of LLMs. And so in particular, there is one part of LangChain which is focused on the agent part, which was what we were talking about before. So let me show you directly the code in the notebook. So of course, we start by importing some stuff, so LangChain related stuff. And the idea is that, so as I said, when you use agent, there is this concept of tools. So your agent will have access to tools which are basically external APIs or third-party programs. So here in this case, I will create an agent which will have access to two tools. So the first one, which is called here LLM Math, it's basically a calculator. Because you probably know that ChatGPT is not really good with math. Yeah. Like maybe for simple additions.
Yeah, don't use ChatGPT for math.
But yeah, don't use ChatGPT for math. So here we will give it access to a calculator, and also we'll give it access to Wikipedia. So it's just that it will be able to make API calls to Wikipedia to look for information. So I just create a list of tools like this, and then I can initialize what is called an agent. So yeah, here you can already see where it is going. So now that I have this agent which have access to a calculator and Wikipedia, I can ask one question. So I got inspired by one of the questions that was in the original documentation. I just made a French version of it. So here I will ask what is the age of Emmanuel Macron, and what is that number raised to the 023 power. So why would I ask this question? So it's just to show you that we can go beyond what is possible with ChatGPT, because knowing the age of Macron, yeah, maybe ChatGPT can know it because it was part of the training data. But here what I want is the age of Macron currently. So of course we have to look for this information on the internet.
Yeah, because ChatGPT doesn't know what day it is today unless you tell it, and ChatGPT cannot do math, or at least not these kind of complicated operations.
And it's right that we also forgot to mention that ChatGPT does not have access directly to the internet. It was trained on the internet, we could say, but it doesn't have live access to it.
Yeah, unless you're using ChatGPT Plus, but let's say for the basic free ChatGPT, it's not possible.
Yeah, by the way, ChatGPT plugins are a bit similar to what we're doing here. Yeah. But the advantage of doing it with LangChain, for instance, is that you get more flexibility than just using the plugins. Yeah. So this is typically the kind of queries that cannot be solved directly by ChatGPT. Also, it requires a bit of planning, because first I need to know the age before I can raise it to a power. And of course, raising to a power, it's not an operation that ChatGPT can do directly. So you need a calculator for that. And you can see that it's as simple as running just agent.run and passing the query. And here what we can see is the chain which will execute. So first looking for the age by going on Wikipedia. And then when it found the information, it will use the calculator to compute the final results.
I really like this example because with the verbose output from LangChain, it really looks like your agent has intelligence, has thoughts, and really, is able to make some complicated plans. So I think also this is a really good wow effect example.
Yeah, exactly.
What else are we working on right now? That, of course, that we can talk about. We're not going to talk about our super secret, R&D agenda.
Yeah. Of course, we are working on a lot of chatbot-like applications.
And not only Chat GPT. We mentioned also Chat GPT and OpenAI here a lot, but we're looking at all LLMs.
If you take, for instance, Chat GPT, so you could say that it's already a chatbot in itself, but as we said, it was trained on the internet. Now it's not being trained more, so it does not have access to up-to-date information.
Nor your private data.
And exactly. We want to be able to do chatbots which are specialized and have access to our own private information. And so for that, we can use a technique which is called retrieval augmented generation, so RAG for short. So the idea is that instead of just asking your question directly to an LLM, which in this case will probably hallucinate an answer which is wrong, you will try to give some context to the LLM. So you will make a query more like, hey, so I received a query from a user. I already did some research for you, so here are some relevant extracts that could be helpful for you. Now answer the user's query using this context.
And so you use the LLM for what it does best, meaning natural language processing, and not, answering questions with facts.
Exactly.
So we talked a lot about AI. I think you have another passion, which is music.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And I think you managed to mix this with, your work passion, which is AI.
Yeah, indeed. So I would say that what got me motivated to go work into this field, it was a kind of dream that I had back in 2016, where I was still so in the studies. I was wondering what AI-generated music would sound like. So, of course, I'm not saying that we should replace human with AI in the field of music. It's just that I was curious to see, whether it would be possible to generate music. So, of course, in 2016 and also in the following years, it was not really possible to do a lot of things. So it was there was some research on it, but it was quite limited. In fact, I would argue that even today it's still challenging to really generate proper music and with a reasonable duration that we would reasonably call a complete song. But we, of course, with the advances into generative AI, now we have some applications that are becoming easier to use, even on a consumer computer. And so I tried a library. So if I remember well, it's called AudioCraft, and it's a model that was developed to receive as an input a text prompt, but also possibly an audio prompt, so like a starting audio.
Okay, what did you try it with?
Yeah, it's just a simple beep thing, like
a Daft Punk style.
Yeah, and the text that I put, I think it was a Paytech corporate advertisement music, something like this. I wanted just to see if I could generate an advertisement music for Worldline.
Do you have it here?
Yeah, actually, I have it. So if you want, I can show it to you. And I think it makes a great conclusion, right?
Yes, maybe they could use this music that you generated for the next YouTube videos that we're doing.
Yeah.